What's up YouTube? Ryan back today with another sports card video. Today I'm bringing you my 10 favorite prospect cards that I own from my 10 favorite prospects. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. That is exactly what we're doing today. It's kind of a combo video. I was debating whether I do my 10 top prospects that I'm invested in or my 10 favorite cards of prospects that I'm invested in. So it's kind of a combo of both, to be honest. I have 10 cards today I want to show you. They're all graded. I'll tell you exactly what I spent on them and why I like the player in general. But we have 10 cards today. It's going to be a pretty quick video, but it's going to be really detailed, and I think it's going to be just transparent, showing you that I'm not just talking up these prospects for no reason. I'm actually buying these cards, which I think is important to show at times. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. As we go through these 10 cards today, I'm going to tell you what I paid for them, whether I think they are still a good buy, and why I like the prospect just in general, on why I bought the card. So yeah, we're just going to jump into the video today. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. Prospect content coming like every other day right now. That's pretty much what we're doing exclusively on our channel right now. I've just been obsessed with prospecting, and it's been honestly perfect because prospect cards are booming right now. They're going up. So yeah, let's just jump into the video. Let's go with card number 1. All right, and if you watched my last video of my HGA reveal, it's going to be the same thing. I'm just going to slow roll each one of them, or show one at a time. And our first card is going to be this 2019 Bowman Draft Beatty Bowman Chrome Sapphire PSA 9. I wish it was a 10, yes, but it's a 9, and it's more of, like I said, a combo of Brett Beatty is one of my favorite prospects in baseball, and I love the cards. So Brett Beatty plays for the High A Brooklyn Cyclones right now. He just has a beautiful swing, honestly. There's nothing I don't like about it. I'm pretty sure I looked this morning, he's still hitting like 325. Like, he needs to be in Double-A already. He just has a really good swing that honestly, yeah, there's some players out there that have a really nice swing that have a bad approach, but Brett Beatty has a really good approach and a really nice swing. So I just don't see him really failing right now, and that's why I bought this card. I have a couple other Brett Beatty cards that I'm going to send to PSA. I actually have a raw one of these that I think will get a 10. But for now, PSA 9 Sapphire is the best thing I have in a slab of Brett Beatty, and he's my number 10 prospect. I think he has a lot of hype on his name. Again, pretty much the only reason he's number 10 is because of his PSA 9. Trying to do a little combo here. So Brett Beatty, prospect number 1. I actually think he's a good buy right now too. His stuff really isn't that expensive. I just said Jason, the one that's been doing all the giveaways, told me he bought a PSA 10 of this for $125. I think that's a great buy. Like PSA 10 Sapphire these days from a top prospect, once they make a debut, they're like between like $200 and $500 depending on the hype. So really awesome. I think he's a good buy, honestly. All right, player number 2, and we'll just set this aside, is going to be Brennan Davis for the Chicago Cubs. This is 2019 Bowman Draft Refractor PSA 10. So the PSA 10 Refractor, absolutely love the combo of these two. Some of my favorite cards to collect is the Bowman Chrome first, but then also the Refractor is my absolute favorite. I just love the shine on the card. And yes, the colors are great, but I just love the Refractor, honestly. And a PSA 10 can't ask for much more. But Brennan Davis, he's a good prospect. He's from Arizona, so Arizona boy. I like rooting for my Arizona guys. Really good player, really good young player. He's just moved up to Double-A, and he's doing pretty well there. I just think he has a lot of upside, and especially being in the Cubs farm system, you know how it is with the Cubs. That market is massive. It's one of the oldest organizations in baseball. If he performs, gets hype on his name, the card's going to blow up. I bought this for like $80 at the time, and that really wasn't that long ago. I bet you could still pick one up between $80 and $100 for a PSA 10 Refractor. So mostly on Brennan Davis. I think he's a good player. If you look at his stats, he has a good track record. But the Cubs market is just, he's their top hitting prospect, in my opinion, and that's what's going to bring hype to this card. Third player up today, Josh Young. I just picked this up on my last mail day video. 2019 Bowman Draft Josh Young, Bowman Chrome Refractor PSA 10. So Josh Young, again, he was the 8th overall pick in 2019. Just a really good player. Honestly, he does a lot of things right. He, like I said in my last video, I'll say it right now. He was dealing with an injury, and he's come back, and since then he's hitting like 320 in Double-A in his first time in Double-A. So it's like, he's just a really good hitter. He's in an organization where he's going to get a lot of chances. I picked this up for $105, and I even overpaid a little bit at that price. I had someone comment on my video saying they just picked one up for like $88. So similar prices with him and Brennan Davis. I just think he's a good player, and that's what I'm really investing in. I think he's a good hitter. The Rangers organization can be a little bit iffy, so I do think he could be a staple for that team. If the Rangers ever do well, like, they have a pretty good fan base, honestly, in Texas. So if they can pick it up again, like, I don't know, the last like decade when they were actually good, like, their stadium was always packed. So, you know, I think Josh Young could really be a staple for that team moving forward, and that's why I bought his card. All right, player number 4. This is going to be, yes, 2020 Bowman Chrome Xavier Edwards prospect autograph PSA 10. So this is Bowman Chrome first autograph. It's the base card PSA 10. Xavier Edwards, very similar to Nick Madrigal. He just hits, but he doesn't have power. He only has one career home run. And, you know, he's hitting like 350 right now. He had an injury, start of season injury similar to Josh Young, and he just came back just a couple weeks ago. Probably like 2, maybe he's on his 3rd week now. And I just looked last night, and he's hitting like 352 with like a 457 on base percentage, something like that. Just absolutely dominating Double-A. I think these prospects that don't have a lot of power have a really great long-term hold. Like, these are the players that, you know, similar to Jeter, it's like Derek Jeter hits like, I don't know, 15 home runs a year, but over his career, he hit like 310 and had over 3,000 hits, and by the time he retired, his stuff is just extremely expensive. Yes, he was a Yankee. Yes, he was the captain of the Yankees. Obviously helped. But when you see these contact hitters over a long period of time, it's just going to keep going up. So not a player I expect to boom initially, but like, this is a card I'll probably hold for like 15, 20 years and be like, oh, sick, I made a ton of money off this card. So at least ideally, obviously baseball's a tough sport and things can change, but I really like Xavier Edwards. I think he's a special hitter, and if you just look up his minor league stats, he's never failed. Similar to Nick Madrigal, hitting just seems to come really easy to those type of players, and Xavier Edwards is one of those players. So that's why I bought this card. I only paid $110 for this. So, and it was shipped. It was off my slabs. So really good price, honestly, for a Bowman Chrome First autograph. PSA 10, I'll take that any day. And then the next card, yes, one of my favorite prospects, actually. And if this was a 10, it would probably be a lot higher on this list. 2019 Bowman Draft Riley Green Bowman Chrome Sapphire. This is a PSA 9, so not the 10. Like I said, if it was a 10, I'd probably been ranked higher because I really like Riley Green as a player. I think he's just a very good 5-tool capability player. Dude has an unbelievable hit tool. He can take walks. He can hit for power. He kind of do it all. He's in Double-A right now. He's hitting like 285. So obviously I wish that'd be a little bit higher, but like, you can see when he has those good games, like, he goes crazy. Like, he just missed the cycle, I think, last week. Other games, he hits 2 home runs. Like, when he's locked in, he's, like, unstoppable. He also is really good at defense. And if you look up some of his highlights, he makes incredible catches. And I think that can actually add some hype to a player. Like, obviously, good defenders, a lot of people don't really care about. You see, like, players that are just good at defense. But when you put the combination together, like, it's pretty remarkable, and he makes some insane diving catches already in his young minor league career. So very excited for Riley Green. He's one of my favorite prospects, like I said. He was my favorite high school bat taken out of the 2019 draft, and that's a lot to say just because Bobby Witt Jr. is in that class, and I think he's really good. But 5th overall pick in 2019. I just think Riley Green's really special, and this is the best card of him I have right now. I have a refractor at PSA right now, hoping to get a 10. It was amazing. So that'll probably be my biggest card if it comes back at 10. But for now, the Sapphire PSA 9 is going to have to do. So we're at the halfway point, and I just want to throw out there really quick with my partnership with Sports Card Investor and their Market Movers app. If you ever want to sign up for it, use my code RYDOG for 30% off the first month, $25 for the light version, $50 for the full version, 30% off the first month. It's a really good deal, honestly. It's a really awesome little app. I'm still diving into it, learning more about it, but it's honestly just like the best thing on the market to track your collection and track cards. They're partnered with eBay, so you never have to deal with their charts going down. It's just really awesome. It's really cool. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun using it the past couple weeks, so code RYDOG, link is in the description if you want to sign up for that. Let's jump into, what is it, player number 6? All right, player number 6. There it is, 2016. Oldest card on this list. 2016 Bowman Draft Nolan Jones Bowman Chrome First autograph. This is the base auto PSA 10. Nolan Jones, he's in AAA Columbus right now. He's just a really good player, and he's actually playing kind of down right now. So I think he's a good buying opportunity. I really do. One thing you can't really teach in baseball is plate discipline, and Nolan Jones' plate discipline is right up there with one of the best I've ever seen. He already has like 30 walks this year. Like, the dude takes walks like crazy. He has a ton of power. Like, he had an opposite field home run the other day that was one of the most impressive power shots I've seen from a lefty to opposite field in a while. It was absolutely killed. And he's the number one prospect. So a number one prospect, Bowman Chrome autograph PSA 10. I got this for $145. And yeah, it's gone up since then, but even at like a $200 price range, which I think it's at now, between like $185 and $200, like, I think it's honestly a solid buy, because if he gets brought up, he's the number one prospect. He's going to have a lot of eyes on him. I think plate discipline goes a long ways in the major leagues. Like, it really does. And if he ever develops the ability to hit lefties really well, I think literally the sky's the limit for this guy. He could be an MVP type player, because he's just a giant kid with just raw talent. He's so good, and like I said, the plate discipline is like second to none in the minor leagues. And so Nolan Jones, I think he's a good buy right now. I really do. I just missed out on a really big card I was trying to buy of his on eBay. I got outbid. It was going to be the gold PSA 10 non-auto, but it would have been really cool to have. I really like Nolan Jones. Like I said, plate discipline I think goes a long ways, and with a hitter, like I said, he's hitting like 230 right now, but you can work on your swing. You can get better at barreling up baseballs. You can't really get better at not swinging at balls and strikes. So I'm really excited with Nolan Jones. I think he's a good buy again, and I think he's an amazing prospect. I really do. Like, the plate discipline, I'm sold on it. I'm really hoping later in the season he heats up and then gets brought up. We'll see what happens, but for sure should be up next year. He's only 22, so if he gets brought up next year, he's only 23 years old. Still young. But yeah, Nolan Jones. Next player up, we have CJ Abrams. This is 2019 Bowman Chrome Sapphire PSA 9, similar to the Riley Green. So it's a Bowman Chrome First Sapphire Edition. CJ Abrams is a special player. I think he has a little bit of everything. He's a skinny kid, honestly, and he's in Double-A Sacramento for the Padres. I think he has more power than he portrays. Like I said, he's a skinny dude, but he can really get into a baseball. Like, spring training showed anything. It showed that he can hit for power. I think he hit 3 home runs, and they're all opposite field home runs, even to left center. And he weighs like $180. Like, really love CJ Abrams. He's just one of those players like Xavier Edwards almost, where hitting's very easy for him. Like, I feel like he's not even playing good in Double-A this year, and he's still hitting like 297. Like that feels like his floor almost. So CJ Abrams, he just got hurt. He got in a collision, I believe, at second base, and he has a leg injury right now. So hopefully he doesn't miss too much time. But if he ends up missing time, who knows? Maybe it's a good buying opportunity. His prices definitely have come down since spring training, but they were way up during spring training. And I think CJ Abrams and Fernando Tatis Jr. are going to be like the best up-the-middle combination like we've seen in a long time. Like, super special between them two. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Padres are also going to be really good for a long time now. So I think CJ Abrams is a good buy just because he's going to be on a good team. He's going to be a good player. And say he like outperforms Fernando Tatis one season, his prices will go crazy. You just never know. I think he has a really high ceiling for someone that is going to keep getting better and getting bigger and stronger. And honestly, I'm super excited for CJ Abrams. I just think he's a really awesome hitter. Like, his first year in rookie ball, he hit almost 400. He hit like 380 or something. So, like, just really good hitter. All right, we got 3 cards left. This one, Adley Rutschman, 2019 Bowman Draft PSA 10 Refractor. Adley Rutschman, first overall pick in 2019. Honestly, there's just not much bad you can say about Adley. He actually started off his minor league career a little slower than I think a lot of people expected. So, like, if you were going to say something negative, it would be that. But this year, he's just doing what I thought, and I think what everyone thought he's capable of. He's hitting like 290 with like a 420, 450 on base percentage. It's fluctuating a lot right now based on, obviously, a good game and a bad game. I think it's like 430 right now. And he's just doing his thing. Like, he's hitting for a lot of power, which I think was surprising. I think he has 11 home runs, if I'm not mistaken. And that's something a lot of people wanted to see from him, was consistent power. And he's showing it so far. But he just, like Nolan Jones, I think Nolan Jones has the best plate discipline in AAA. I think Adley has the best plate discipline in Double-A. He just takes a lot of walks, and like, that goes a long ways in the major leagues. I don't think people realize that. You see Juan Soto, you see Mike Trout. Like, those two for me are the best hitters right now. like offensive players that exist. And Juan Soto's even having a bad year right now. A bad year. He's in like 280. But he has a higher on-base percentage than Ronald Acuna. He has a higher on-base percentage than Fernando Tatis Jr. He has like a 395 on-base percentage. It fluctuates between like 380 and like 410 right now. Like, it's still higher than all those guys, and he's having a bad year. And that just shows how important it is, because Mike Trout's the staple in baseball, right? Mike Trout gets on base a ton, and that's why he's so good. Mike Trout's not like someone that hits like 330. I think he did it once, but like other than that, he hits like 290 to 310. Like, it's not like he's going out there, like I said, hitting 330 to 350. He just gets on base so much and has that 400, 450 on base percentage that you just can't teach. So Adley Rutschman, I think, is going to be a similar player in the fact that he gets on base a lot. So really excited for Adley Rutschman. I think this card has a ton of upside. I paid $173 at the time for this card. It's gone up and down since then, but I think it's a really good buy. I think once he makes his debut, and especially if he plays well, I think this could be like between a $300 and $400 card. I just think it's a really awesome buy. I think Adley's a really special player, especially seeing what he's doing this year in AA. I was a little concerned, but now I have zero concerns. He's doing his thing. And he's a switch hitting catcher. Like, not many people do that. Like, he's just hopefully going to be in an elite category very soon. I hope they bring him up this year, I really do, because, heck, why not? Next card up, and these two are pretty interchangeable for me, honestly. I'm going with the 2019 Bowman Chrome Julio Rodriguez, PSA 10 Mojo Refractor. They say Mega Box Refractor, but it's a Mojo Refractor. But yeah, Julio Rodriguez, just a super special player. He just got moved up to AA for the first time. He's killing it. He just had his first doubleheader. And he just had, I think he got on base 7 times and hit a home run. Like, he's a number 5 prospect right now in baseball via the pipeline. And honestly, he's probably the number 1 prospect by the end of the year. The next player I'm talking about, I think, will be the number 1 prospect eventually. But for the shorter term, like, Julio Rodriguez is a super special player, and he's probably going to be the number 1 prospect by the end of the year. He's just that good. He's that big. He's that athletic. He is a really nice and likable player. There's nothing not to like about Julio Rodriguez's game. He really doesn't have very many weaknesses, and he showed that in spring training. Got to face some big guys, and he hit some home runs off some professional pitchers. Like, if I was the Mariners, I'd bring him up tomorrow. Like, screw it, you know? He missed the year from the pandemic. He is now, what year was he born? He was born in 2000, so he's 21 now. So he's pushing that elite young age of getting into the MLB. So I would love to see him this year, but I'm almost guaranteeing, like, they're going to wait until next year. Just let him develop more. But just watch out. Julio Rodriguez is so good. I recently bought this for $170, $180, somewhere the price of the Adley. I just needed a refractor and a PSA 10 of Julio Rodriguez. I think I have 2 or 3 base at PSA that I think will get 10s. But I needed to buy something to know for sure, because Julio Rodriguez is a special player. He really is. And I think he's a future superstar. Honestly, superstar. He's just that good. And like I said, he's likable. Like, I think he's just going to bring a lot of hype to Seattle. And he's the real prospect in Seattle. My goodness. Julio Rodriguez, or J-Rod, as everyone knows him as. I don't even think people ever say Julio Rodriguez anymore. J-Rod. He's just unbelievable, and I would buy it. I have FOMO for Julio Rodriguez. I suggest always picking something up of his. And the number 1 player/prospect card I own is same card. It's a Mojo Refractor of Marco Luciano for the San Francisco Giants. 2019 Bowman Mega Box, Bowman Chrome PSA 10. So the Mojo Refractor again of Marco Luciano. Marco Luciano's ceiling, I think, is higher than anyone in the minor leagues. I think his skill set is extremely special. Plus, he plays shortstop at that premium position. You just don't see a lot of his skill sets at shortstop. And when I say that, is his power is absolutely absurd. We flip this over, and he's listed right here as 6'2", 178. And at this time in 2019, he already hit a ball 118 miles an hour in game, no doubt home run. 118 miles an hour. That shouldn't be physically possible for someone that weighs 178 pounds. It just shouldn't be. This year, he's put on weight. So since 2019, he weighs about 200 pounds now. He looks really good. He's leading his high A division in home runs. He has 12 now, I believe. 12 or 13. But he's just showing that power. And just this past week, he hit a ball 115 miles an hour. It got out in, it felt like a second and a half. Just absolutely destroyed the baseball. I do think he has some developing to do still as far as that plate discipline I talk about. He does lack a little bit there. I think he comps out really well to Ronald Acuna, because Ronald Acuna, honestly, like his plate discipline is not on the level of like Mike Trout, Juan Soto, but his raw ability to hit the baseball is second to none, really. And I think that's what Marco Luciano can be. And I really do think he has the upside of hitting, the 40-plus home runs every single year, just because just freaky athletic power ability. Like, it doesn't make sense how much power he has. Like I said, I think he has a high ceiling in MLB. I really do. Plus, he plays shortstop. He has an insane arm, and he's not that bad at defense, honestly. A lot of people during spring training were extremely impressed with how well he played on defense when he was struggling. He struggled in spring training offensively. So, Marco Luciano, my number one prospect right now, and like I said, it could be Julio or it could be Marco Luciano. Like, these two, they switch in my head like literally every week. So right now it's Marco Luciano. Next week it might be Julio Rodriguez. You never know. But Marco Luciano, super high ceiling. He's another guy I just have FOMO for. I always recommend buying something of his just in case he does hit that potential. Because if he hits that potential in the MLB, just watch out. Like, literally, he could be every single year MVP. Obviously, it's baseball and that's like impossible, but like that's the type of talent he has. And hopefully the Giants promote him pretty soon, just because they openly said since the pandemic, and specifically with him, they're going to try to promote him quickly, just because, he's young. Like, he was born in 2001, so he's 20 right now. Or he's still 19. He's going to be 20 in September. So he's still 19 years old. He's really young. So I think at worst he plays next year or debuts next year at 20 years old. Like, he's still young. He's in that elite category for that young age. And I just can't wait, honestly. It just seems like every day now he's getting better and he's hitting home runs left and right. And honestly, just seeing his success in high A kind of validates that type of player he is. And just ridiculous. I hope he's up in Double A soon. My favorite prospect currently. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for today's video. I think that ended up being a lot longer than I expected and what you expected. I just get really excited when I talk about prospects, especially ones I'm invested in and ones I like a lot. And I like every one of these prospects, honestly. I want to know in the comments, specifically for this video, who your favorite prospect is in this video and why. Please let me know in the comments. Just give me any reason. You like the way they look. You like the way they smell. You just like the way they hit, their plate discipline, their defensive ability, their all-around speed, athleticism. Let me know in the comments below why you like these players, and let me know your favorite one. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Pretty quick little outro here. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. As always, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you all. You have a great rest of your day. See ya!